Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I make personal development or motivational, like all type of just bettering yourself content. And so in today's video, I wanted to come on here and talk about um, using your gifts, but also using your skills. So if you haven't already checked out my previous video about using your gifts, and it's time to use your gifts as I've already announced, but we're in 2024 now. It's time to get the ball rolling. If you have not already, you should be starting to use those gifts that God has given you. And when I talk about using your gifts, or the gifts that God has given you, what I'm really referring to is those things that come naturally to you. So one example that I gave in the previous video is I am naturally somebody who is a talker, and I really have like great influence on people. I would say, like, I'm a person where I can really speak to people and really give them motivation, and honestly, it's just really power in the tongue, but it's also a gift that God has given me, where I can talk on and on and on and on and on for hours. And I do have social awareness though, and I know like when to cut it off. But I think that that was like one of the gifts that I was sharing, and then I went on to speak about how like I could use that gift in a sense to be able to coach people as I do, and to motivate people as I do, and to speak life into people, into what they are capable of accomplishing and helping them out and all those things. Or I can use that same gift to influence people to do bad things and harmful things. So I went on to speak about like using your gifts, but also using them properly and appropriately. And like I said, I will have that video linked down below in the description box. But in today's video, I wanted to come on here and talk about how we need to start applying our gifts to our skills as well. And when we start doing that, that's how we even advance our purpose even further, and are able to honestly make money off of it as well, because God provides us with gifts. Like all like our jobs and everything, those are things that are like man-made. Those are things that we're ultimately helping somebody else build their dreams. But God has also provided us with gifts for us to be able to serve the purpose in his kingdom. And so this got me to really thinking, when I started thinking about just different jobs that I've had in the past, and different areas that I was able to grow in. And one of the things that I remember being asked to do at a job before was to create our company's website. And if you don't know already, I actually have a new website up. My old website is completely discontinued, but now I have my new website. You'll be able to find that down in the description box as well. And it's also in my bio. It's just mariasingleton.com. But I put that website together myself, like from scratch. I did it all. And I think that it's something that I didn't even realize that I use the gifts that God gave me, like that vision, that creativity, that just like my technology skills. Like I just pick them up really easily. And then I also was able to use the skills that I learned at the job. So I worked with some people who were actually really great at website design, and they taught me at a previous job. So here I am taking skills from a job that I had years ago. Never thought I would ever use them again. And then at another job, they're asking me to do that. And then now here I am, or there I was, I should say, and I put together an entire company website. Now, how crazy is that? Like, seriously. But it's just so, what I really want to speak to is like how God will like just put you in position, like put you in position to be able to do things like that. And now I've had like people like ask me like, oh, can you create a website for me? And it's just me being able to use the gift of just being able to, number one, connect with people, right? So I am, like I said, I'm a talkative person. I really am just like, it's weird because I'm to myself, but I'm also very outgoing. like I'm introverted, but I'm really outgoing, and I can hold a great conversation, and I can connect with people in different ways. And so just in me being able to use that gift that God has given me, of being able to talk to people, of being able to connect with people, of being able to have those type of conversations with people effortlessly, I was then able to now bring those skills that I learned from a job and just from, again, more gifts that God has given me, just of creativity, and now create a whole business out of it. And so I really wanted to come on here and talk about this, because I think that a lot of times people are just like, oh, like, okay, I know what my purpose is, and I know like the gifts that God has given me, but like I really don't know what to make out of it. Like I really don't understand what I can do with it, and like I feel like that's just one piece of the aspect, but like how can I like profit off of it as well. And number one, I just want to add in a disclaimer that your purpose should not be money driven, right? Because if you are trying to do something for money, and like, you're already in the wrong space. But what I am saying is that God has given you gifts, and just how God looked out for those 3 servants, or I guess you would say 2 servants, the 2 that actually used their gifts. And like I said, all of this background is in that video. But you are supposed to be able to use the gifts that God has given you to live in your purpose, but also to, be able to benefit from it as well, because you are ultimately serving in God's purpose. And I think a lot of people feel like about that, like, oh, like I shouldn't be able to profit off of the gifts that God has given me. But that's also the point too. Like you are serving in God's kingdom. And when you do, and you are obedient to everything that God has called you to do, He's going to bless you over and over and over again, right? So I just wanted to give this just this motivation, this conversation to anybody that just feels like, I don't really know what to do. Like I know my gifts, like, but how can I apply them, or how can I increase them? How can I enlarge my territory? And the answer is, number one, using your gifts. But then number 2, you can also apply the skills that you already acquired throughout working, throughout all of those things, right? That is perfectly fine. And like I said, as long as you are doing it in God's name, and you are doing it for His purpose in your life, that's all that matters. So I don't know if you have started yet or not, but if you have not started, you need to get started. I'm not playing with y'all this year. Like 2024, we are enlarging our territory, and we are getting what we want in life in Jesus' name. Amen. But that's really it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, check out those links that I leave down there below, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.